I took a wrong turn and found a town that shouldn't exist. Let me start by saying this wasn't supposed to happen. I wasn't out looking for trouble. I wasn't chasing ghosts or conspiracies or whatever weirdness the internet gets off on. I was just tired, burnt out. I'd spent the last 2 years grinding away at a startup job in LA, where sleep was a luxury and anxiety was the only constant. So when my therapist told me to take a week off and just drive, I listened. No phone, no laptop. Just me, a duffel bag, and my car heading wherever the road led. That's how I ended up on Route 117, somewhere in the Nevada desert, the sun dipping low, shadows long and stretched like claws across the asphalt. I didn't remember seeing the town on any map, but there it was, a faded wooden sign. Welcome to Ash Ridge, population dort Uziki. Seemed like a good place to stop for the night. Big mistake. As soon as I crossed the town line, my phone went completely dead. No bars, no Wi-Fi, just black. Even the car's GPS froze, stuck on a blank screen like it had been unplugged from the world. Ashridge looked like something out of a postcard from 1957. Old diners, mom-and-pop shops, vintage gas pumps. The people? Office. Everyone I passed on the street smiled the same smile, like they'd been taught to. Eyes too wide, movements too slow, and nobody seemed to blink. I chalked it up to desert weirdness. Maybe a local festival, I thought. Some old-timey reenactment. So I checked into the only motel in town, the Wayfarer Inn. The woman at the desk didn't ask for ID or payment. She just slid a key across the counter and said, "You'll be safe here, just don't leave your room after midnight." I laughed, but she didn't. She stared like she was waiting for me to say I understood. I didn't. But I took the key and headed to room 6. That night I couldn't sleep. Not because the bed was uncomfortable or the room was creepy. It was too quiet. No cars, no night sounds, no bugs. Just dead silence. Then, at 12:17 a.m., I heard it. A soft humming, almost mechanical, followed by footsteps, dozens of them, marching in unison outside my window. I peeked through the blinds. What I saw chilled me. The townspeople were walking in formation, eyes closed, arms at their sides, moving like sleepwalkers. In the middle of the street stood a tall figure wearing a black suit and wide-brimmed hat, pointing at different homes like it was assigning orders. When someone stumbled, they didn't help him. They dragged him away, lifeless, like a puppet with cut strings. I ducked back just before one of them turned toward my window. The next morning, everything looked normal again. People were laughing, drinking coffee, walking dogs. I tried asking the motel clerk about what I'd seen. She smiled too wide again and said, "Nothing happens after midnight here." That's when I knew I had to get out. I packed my things and went to start the car. Dead. Wouldn't turn over. Battery fine. Gas tank full. But nothing. I asked a local mechanic for help and he said, "Your car's fine, but the town's not done with you yet." Then he walked away. I found a payphone near the general store and tried calling for a tow. The line buzzed. Then someone whispered on the other end, "They see you." Stop asking questions. I slammed the phone down and ran. I tried leaving on foot, heading back the way I came. After 3 miles of walking, I hit a curve I recognized. Except, instead of leading out, it looped me right back to town. I tried again. Different direction. Same result. Every road in Ashridge was a circle. There was no way out. I started documenting everything in a notebook, hoping maybe someone would find it if I didn't make it. I noticed that the townspeople followed strange patterns. Same walks, same conversations, same time every day. Like they were stuck in a loop. Controlled. And every night, At exactly 12:17 a.m., the same ritual began. I hid in different spots to watch: under porches, behind trash bins, inside a church confessional. Each night it got darker, the chanting louder. I wasn't sure if it was a cult or some kind of mass hypnosis, but I knew one thing: they were looking for me now. Then, on the fifth night, I found it. A trap door in the library, beneath the floorboards in the back room. It led to a staircase and a long tunnel beneath the town. Old wires lined the walls, and a pulsing blue light throbbed at the end. There, in a sealed glass room, was a control panel labeled Ashridge Simulation Control. Screens showed every street, every room, even my own. One of them was labeled User Monitor, Subject 114. That was me. This wasn't just a town. It was an experiment, a behavioral loop, a prison dressed as paradise. I wasn't visiting. I had been inserted. A log on the screen showed the last update. Subject unaware. Loop stable. Exit disabled. I tried smashing the console, but alarms blared and metal shutters slammed over the door. I barely escaped back through the tunnel as gas hissed behind me. The town was trying to erase me. I made it back to the motel and found the clerk waiting, still smiling. She handed me a note. "You have one chance. Take the bike behind the church. Ride without stopping. Do not look back." I didn't ask questions. I ran, found the bike, pedaled like hell. The air behind me shimmered like heat waves, and I swear I heard whispers in the wind. My own name, repeated over and over. But I kept going. And just like that, I was out. One moment, I was in Ashridge. The next, I was back on Route 117. No sign of the town. No sign of the people. Just desert. I flagged down a trucker and hitched a ride. He said he'd driven that road for 20 years and never heard of any Ashridge. I got home, powered everything back up. No GPS coordinates for it, no record of my stay. Even my car, which I had abandoned, was parked outside my apartment like it had never left. But I had the notebook, and I had the memories. And I'm telling you this now because I don't think Ashridge is gone. I think it's waiting. For the next burnout, the next lost soul, the next test subject. So if you ever find yourself driving alone and see a sign that says Ashridge, pop. 402-don't stop. If you made it this far, ask yourself, what would you do if the world you trusted turned out to be a simulation? If this story shook something inside you, hit that like button and subscribe to Story Time with Martin Eden. More stories are coming, stranger, darker, truer than anything you've heard. Turn on notifications, stay curious, and remember, not every town that welcomes you wants to let you go.